Good morning. I wanted to show you a cool braid. Well, it's actually not a braid, but it looks like a braid. But since it's not a braid, it's actually pretty easy. But it's great for short hair, long hair, extensions, halos, pretty much everything. Anyway, so I'm going to show you two versions, a short version and a long version, but they go together, so follow along. I normally part my hair kind of just off center, but for this look, you want to part it kind of as far over as you can handle, I guess. So I'm going to put it over here, like that, and maybe a tiny bit further. Okay, and then I'm going to keep like all of this out, just so, because I like that kind of hanging in front in front of my braid. And then I'm going to go about 2 inches off of my part to give me a decent amount of hair on this first section, just like that. Yeah, just like that. And then I'm going to take a clear elastic, and you can get these at Target usually. If not, then maybe Sally's. I can always find the colored ones, but the clear ones are kind of hard to find. Okay, so I'm just going to put this comfortably off, like a good amount off of the top of my head. If you want it to be up higher, that's totally fine too. I'm going to put mine down lower, and I want it secure but not totally tight. Okay, so just like that. And then I'm just going to poke my finger in the middle here and make a hole, and then kind of open it up like that. I'm going to flip this inside just like that, and I'm going to leave it just like this, and we'll pull it apart later, but just to keep everything real clean, that's what I'm going to do. And then keep in mind, if you want your braid to be coming forward, you need to direct it wherever it's going to go. So if it's going to come forward, drop it down this way. If you want it back, like what I'm going to want to do, while it's a little bit loose like this, kind of tug it back in this direction, because then we tighten it a little bit. So then I'm going to pick up a piece like this, not huge, and then I'm going to pick up a piece from the other side. Don't overthink where it's coming from, just pick up a piece. You're going to bring them over the section that you just did. And then grab another clear elastic, and again, comfortably loose, not real tight from where you pulled the hair from. Did I do it right? Yeah. Okay. Just like that. So I just keep going around like 3 times. It's already split for you, nice and easy. Again, you're just gonna flip it. I'm gonna kind of redirect it over here, and then I'm gonna tighten it a little bit. And then the next piece, I'm gonna pull a little bit from this one just because it's a lot of hair. I don't have a lot to pull from. I'm gonna pull this piece, and I'm still gonna pull some new hair over here to make my new section. I'm gonna pull it forward, pull it over the existing hair, just like that. I'm gonna grab my elastic. And what I love about all of these styles that I show you is it's never a style that has to be perfect to look good, like ever. So do not stress about it. I know when I first tried this one, I was nervous because someone just like whipped right through it and made it look great, and they had gobs of hair, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't. So, but once I got going, I was like, oh, well, that's a piece of cake. Okay. So again, sorry, my hands got all jumbled on this one. I had to reposition. So I'm pulling it through. I have a little hole like this. Gonna flip it through again, redirect it to the side, tighten it a little bit. And then I'm gonna do one more section before I pull it apart. So again, I'm just gonna pull a little bit of hair from underneath. Sorry, looking in the mirror. And pull hair from that side. I'm gonna do one more. And depending on the length will dictate how far down you want this to go. So I'm gonna pretend that my hair is like medium to short. And this is probably where you would stop, is after this piece, because you don't want it to go all the way, well, you can have it go all the way down. It can just get a little tricky because you kind of run out of hair, so it doesn't look as full. So I like to keep it kind of just tied off like this, and then I will just have my hair wavy and I don't know, have a lot of good texture. So anyway, last one I'm flipping. Flip. Okay, so then the part where you pull it apart is you take your first piece up here. Don't overthink this. And if you pull it apart too much and you regret it, we'll tighten it back up. So you just pull this apart very loosely. Start loose, because you can always make it bigger. It's not a big deal. And then go down to the next one, pull it apart like that, Go, this is my next pony. I pull it apart. And this is my last one. And I'm pulling this apart. And it gets a little bit fatter when you do that. And it kind of starts to look like a fishtail, but it's not, which is the cool part. So then you can tighten it up. And if your hair was medium, then you would just leave it like that. You could put some textured curls in front. And you still have your hair around your face, which for me makes me feel a little better. I have a big forehead. And then it just gives you a little something on the side. So that's one way to do it. And as you can see, these are the different sections, and I can still, like when you're pulling these braids apart, you don't have to pull like take big pieces of hair and pull them apart. You want to pick up little pieces of that pony you made and just kind of work it out. You just go slow. Just like that. So I can make it fatter or bigger or however I want to make it, okay? Okay, so now if your hair is long, and I would say if your hair is about here or longer, this is something you could do. So we're gonna continue doing this. Keep this one tied off just because it's secure into your head and, you know, is a little bit cleaner. But the same concept, but we're gonna take much bigger chunks from here down. So we're gonna grab a big piece here. And you know how like when you French braid, you pick up pieces from each side and, you know, it works its way down? That's the same thing we're gonna do. But we're gonna do it all the way down, and as you go down and have thicker, longer hair, the braid gets real chunky and beachy looking, and yeah, it's really cute. So same thing, gonna tie this down, flip it, and again, I like to leave everything just clean. I don't like to pull it apart as I go. If you get real professional, then go ahead and do that. But I just keep reaching back, and I'm just kind of following, I'm just pulling hair this way. But again, don't overthink it, because you're not pulling these sections tight, you're keeping them really loose. And that's another reason I like this braid, is because sometimes like real braids, because my hair is so layered because of my extensions, it'll fall out or there's pieces sticking out everywhere, and it doesn't work great for me throughout the whole day, especially with kids and messing with it, it's not fun. So because these are secured every way down, then it doesn't fall out. It stays totally secure. Like after work today, I'm gonna go to the zoo. It's our last like cool day for, I don't know, spring. It's been interesting. I feel like I keep going back to a bad boyfriend or something. It's like, no, one more cool day. Just hang in there. It'll get better. But I'm not gonna miss out, so I'm gonna be outside. Okay, so I'm still using clear elastics. Still working this down, flipping, same concept. This is coming a little too forward, so I'm gonna keep pulling it back. Got all this hair over here. Keep going. So back here, I pulled my hair way forward, and I'm kind of just guessing and pulling pieces forward. But since like I don't have to worry about gripping it super tight or anything, you can just kind of play with it and look at it and be like, oh, is that where I would like that to land or not? Same thing, I'm flipping. Okay, so I'm about down here, and I would say as you go, like decide on how long your hair is, so where you want this braid to stop. So we're gonna pull it apart like that, make it all chunky and cute. We're gonna tighten these. Just make them a little bit messier than they are. Because then at some point, I think I'm gonna tie off this last one right here. But I love it. Like how it looks complicated, but it's really simple just because it's not actually a braid. It's just like strategically putting hair ties in certain places. So it's not that difficult. So I like having a little bit of hair out here, a little bit out here. I'm gonna keep playing with this just to keep making it bigger, because the bigger the better. That's what's in. And then if you want, you can tie this off with a bobby pin and make this all cute like that. I don't have a bobby pin next to me, so yeah. That's what it would be. So this is like an easy braid. It's not going anywhere. Like I can go the whole day with it like this. I could be out in the wind, it's not gonna bug me. This would be cute at the gym. Yeah, so if you got layers, you got long hair, you got short hair, some version of this would be super cute on you. So give it a shot, and if you have any questions, let me know.